Today's Friday, and we go into the 5th level of your aura on Fridays. Oh, the 5th level is so fascinating. 5th level of your human energy consciousness system is called the Etheric Template. It is your alignment with divine will, with the higher will and alignment with your purpose and your perfect template for your health, as a matter of fact. Fascinating. So, I'm Shelley Harrison. I'm a professional energy healer with a specialization in trauma healing, both personal, overwhelming events that may have happened that you haven't been able to discharge out of your energy field and nervous system yet, that still gets held in your body. Also generational trauma. Sorry, I just gotta grab my phone. The energy blocks that are carried down through your lineages that show up through you and masquerade as your personal challenges, but the root of them actually rise in the generational trauma. And things won't shift until you can release it at that level. By the way, I'm hearing a lot of other practitioners talk about working on generational trauma, and I'm super curious about how they're working on it. The way that I am trained to help you track down the source of where the energy charge is in your family energy field is called family constellations. This is the beautiful, incredible, awe-inducing work of Bert Hellinger, a 50-year body of work, and it takes a long time to become a constellations facilitator because there's really a lot to learn, but also to embody. And we go to soul level. There's a way that we're trained to enter directly into the family energy field with you and to see where the energy blockages lead. And it's not always as direct and obvious as we think. And then work with that energy field to discharge those energy charges, which then brings relief, reconnection, big changes for you. I'm also trained to work with relational cords as part of my training at the Barbara Brennan School of Healing. These are the cords of light, consciousness, and energy that connect from your chakras to everyone you're in relationship with. And relational cords connect at the front of your chakras with people that you're still in connection with who are alive in this lifetime. And at the back of your chakras, you may not even know you have back chakras. Relational cords at the back of your chakras connect to those who are behind you. So either relationships that are behind you now or your ancestors, your deceased ancestors. And don't forget the people who are most directly behind you, the first set of ancestors that should be standing there supporting you are your parents. So generational trauma work starts with your parents and looks at what's behind them. Why did they show up the way that they showed up that maybe you're still struggling with, maybe you're still talking about in therapy. We look at what has impacted them. Okay, but on to daily practice for our 5th level. So you may also want to jump in. I'm going over to Instagram. I'm pulling up my daily post, which is always about the 5th level of the field on Fridays. And let us see what I said. By the way, I'm going to put together 52 of these, one for every week of the year, and then I'll probably run out of things to say. Maybe I won't. And then we'll probably repeat them on a yearly cycle. So, your etheric template. Again, I'm going to try to hold up the picture for you. I have drawn these cool little pastel drawings. Oh, I'm going to get this one real close. So what are we looking at on this level? What have I tried to depict with my little cool pastel drawing? It's like your whole aura, your whole energy field is this incredible domain of cobalt blue. And it's a structured level, which means there are these lines of light that hold the whole structure of your anatomy, physiology, every part of your body, and your chakras in place. But where we would think there would be a line of grid work, a line of light, it's actually empty space. So you see, I've tried to show that with these sort of white lines threading through the body. It's kind of negative space. If you could see, and you don't have to see visually to connect with these levels of your being, please remember you are connecting with these levels of your aura all the time. It's not like they go away when you're not paying attention to them. You just haven't brought your conscious awareness to them, or you're not connecting up what you're experiencing with, oh, that's coming from that level of my field. So you don't have to be psychic to connect with your own aura. That's ridiculous. It's right there. It's right at your fingertips. It's really just about learning how to attune to it and pay attention to your experience of what's happening there. Okay, so negative space. So it's like if you've ever seen a blueprint, like an architectural blueprint, and there's one of my posts on Instagram where I show an architectural blueprint. It's like that, where instead of the house being traced out with lines, there's this blue, cobalt blue background, and where you think there would be a line tracing out the form of the house, it's blank. That's what this level looks like. What's that mean? That is so friggin' cool. Never mind what it means. Let's go right into it and feel it, okay? Let's actually bring our awareness to the experience of it. So I'm going to close my eyes. You might want to too, and then it won't matter that I don't have makeup on, and I never will at 8 a.m. probably. I probably haven't even combed my hair yet this morning. I did go for a walk though. So first we settle into the physical body. Landing pad for all of these dimensions of your being. They all penetrate deeply into your physical body, wraps around every part of your anatomy and physiology, every cell of your body, even down to molecular level. In fact, your physical body arises from the matrix of your human energy consciousness system, your aura. So to really deeply penetrate your awareness into your physical body, like really feel, sink your consciousness deep through the tissues of your body. Go into your hands and your fingers. Sink into the deep flesh of your hips, your haunches, your thighs. Sink right in there. It's okay if some areas of sensation for you are numb. Those are places where there's not as much energy consciousness flowing. Just notice those, be curious about them. Sink your attention deep into your scalp, your brain, your eyeballs. Include your mouth, your jaw, your nose, the base of your skull, your neck. So the way I connect with this level is I imagine that there's this entire grid work expanding out to about 2 to 2.5 feet all around me, below my feet, behind my back body, above my head. So I sort of expand out and click into fifth level by intending it. And then I visualize, I imagine all of these amazing, fine, empty lines, empty channels of space that are penetrating deep into my body and that are basically holding me up. Like I'm suspended on a framework of these empty channels, surrounded and held in space, held in form, shaped by the cobalt blue. This is the level we receive guidance on. What is guidance, right? Guidance is what helps us to align with the higher will or the perfect form for our life. So when we ask for guidance, we're actually asking for help to click in to the form on this level. Sometimes we don't think of asking for guidance that way, right? We think of it as not as show me what the higher will is, show me what divine will is and help me align with it. We can tend to think of it as give me what I want. Right? We have our own will for our life, and on this level we get to check in with, does it align with our kind of our divine blueprint? Yeah. So what's my guidance today on how to connect with this level? Here's reading what I said. Fifth level of your aura is the blueprint for your first level. We work on level 1 on Mondays. This is the level of divine will. Here we align or misalign with divine will or the higher will. Prayer is a powerful way to connect with this level. What higher power do you address your prayers to? Prayers include saying please, asking for guidance, asking for help, and thank you, offering our gratitude for what guidance or help or manifestation has been received in our life. Ask for the guidance that you need. In your prayers, ask for the guidance that you need. Then listen for how you hear or receive the guidance as an answer to your prayer. And that's different for each of us, right? The process of getting connected with your guidance is to asking for it and then starting to recognize how are your guides, the powers that be, how are these alignment lines, how is the guidance going to get to you in a way that you get it, right? How do you recognize the response to the prayer? And that takes practice. Do you have a prayer practice? Share in the comments. So yeah, it's always awesome if you go to my posts and put shares in there. It helps more people to see it so I can reach more people with these free practices. And of course, with my deeper healing work. So our practice today is prayer. Yeah, and I thought when I put that post up, I'm like, holy, I'm going to pray in public on Facebook Live tomorrow. I don't know about that. Prayer is a very intimate thing. It's a very intimate personal thing. It's a very intimate exchange between you and your divine. And yet, even as I feel that kind of light up my fifth level, it's a beautiful, intimate exchange between you and divine, right? It's like asking your divine, whatever that is for you, God, Goddess, the light, your higher self, the universe, however you conceptually understand what this higher power is, this higher spirit, it's like you're asking it to come close and listen and commune with it on this level. So let's just spend a few minutes. First of all, drop into who you talk to. And if prayer is new for you, that's cool. I had no idea how to pray until I was really in my 30s because I wasn't raised with a particular spiritual practice. My spiritual practice growing up was wandering around the woods, and thank you, Mom and Dad, for that, because that is where I most deeply connect now. But no formal religion. So I didn't know how to have a conversation with divine, really. I was doing it by wandering out in nature, and it was a very silent conversation. So if you're thinking you're going to have this more intimate conversation with divine, who are you talking to? And notice that talking to, right, comes through our fifth chakra, which is the doorway, the base note for the fifth level of the field. It's this communion, right? So take a minute to feel into, think into, like, who am I speaking to? Who is my beloved? Who is this higher power on this level? Who listens to me? Hmm. And then I don't know about you, but I get into this confusion because my personal spiritual practice is more what we call polytheistic, meaning I recognize there's a one source, but I find it easier to relate to the many expressions of the one source. So sometimes it's like, which God do I talk to today? The God of the rain, the earth, the weather beings, the fire, the healing expression. So sometimes that can be difficult. I'm going to just sink into. And sometimes, you just address your prayers like whoever's listening. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to you. And maybe that relationship becomes clear as you open up the communication. And is there something deep in your heart today, right? Divine will actually expresses through what is in our heart. Is there something deep in your heart today that you need to speak to your higher power? Something that you're struggling with that you need to say, help, I need help with this, I need guidance, I need help to make a decision, I need to be shown the way. When you do that, what you're saying really for this level of your field is align me, show me how to align in, how to click into what is my destiny, what is in the highest alignment for me. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Just this openness and prayer practice. It's nice to have an altar or a space or a place you kind of drop in to your communion with your divine. I love that word, communion. It's so beautiful. Deepen in conversation, it's communion. And practice speaking, even out loud, speaking out loud. Unfold your heart to your divine and see what happens for you. And if you already have a prayer practice, beautiful. Spend some time with it today. But even throughout the rest of your day, you can stay open to the listening, to the being guided, to the asking. I hope that's helpful for you. And feel free to join me here tomorrow. I'm always doing these daily guided practices at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time because I live in Wakefield, Quebec, Canada. On Saturdays, we go into the celestial body, the level where you connect with your bliss, your spiritual experience. It's so perfect for Saturday. And of course, I'm giving you little snippets of how to sort of come into contact with these 7 levels of your aura. We don't expect you to learn it right away in these little 15-minute blips. So of course I have a deeper in-depth course if you want to really sink into this connection and knowledge and sense of your own auric field where your life is playing out, every aspect of your life playing out here in your energy consciousness field. Highly recommend the books of Barbara Brennan, Delicious, Delicious. I would probably start with her second book, Light Emerging, where she, in a sense, guides you through each of the 7 levels of the field, chapter by chapter. Many offerings from the school itself, the Barbara Brennan School of Healing. If you want to learn to do this work with others, that's where you gotta go. And I have a course called the Aura Healing Journey. It's not actually up on my website yet. I'm fixing it up, but we can also do this work together in one-to-one healing work if it's something you want to explore more deeply. Okay, I hope to see you tomorrow.